type of destruction that we're seeing here. Business owners are going to need help, and that's if they can remain open. Many of them who were, for example, restaurants that were hanging on with curbside service, if they're destroyed, if they're seeing their property damaged, now they won't even be able to do that. And the impact is to those jobs that we really want to protect and that we need for our community, for our economy to grow.
As you're, I don't know if you have access to a television right now. I hope you're looking at what we're seeing.
I can see the images.
Yeah, on the right is Long Beach, looting there. On the left is Santa Monica, where there is also looting. A Vons in Santa Monica, and we don't know what the business is here in Long Beach, but we've been seeing that all afternoon. As someone who is an advocate for business owners, large and small, how does this make you feel personally to see this?
Well, personally, obviously, it's very disturbing. But let me just say, first and foremost, the Los Angeles area Chamber of Commerce supports the right for peaceful protest. And this tragic death of Mr. George Floyd just shows the injustices that we face. But let's not confuse vandalism with peaceful demonstrations for systematic change. Okay, these are disturbing images.
We're going to have to interrupt you there. We have a camera down there in Long Beach. We're not sure what the business is that was being looted, but the police showed up. They've got tear gas, less than lethal weapons. A bunch. You see all the
there was
folks
a
just
crush of people flying out of this store, banging into the law enforcement. It really, the law enforcement, they were taken by surprise by everybody just dashing out, dashing around. I didn't see one person taken into custody.
No, but now at least they've got the store cleared, and they're standing guard outside the. There might be there's people inside still, and like they're trying to bust out through the boarded up, through the boards. Is that what that is?
I think that's exactly what it is. They're trying to get out, and those.
Look at that. Look at that. This is bizarre.
It's unreal. Look at those glass, those windows. People
they're trying to escape.
They're trying to escape. They might be taking it.
Look at that.
Look at this.
This is insane. I cannot believe what I'm looking at. I don't know if there are officers inside the store trying to apprehend people, but there are officers that stood there outside the store as people fled. These are folks trying to flee. Look at that, still grabbing it. You know, now 50 feet away, not even from that, this guy that just grabbed up all those clothes, there's where these officers are. They're not arresting anybody at this point. And who are these people standing in between the looters and the police?
Now everyone's trying to take the plywood off.
Wow.
Those were
I've never seen that before.
Images.
Never seen that before.
Hearing that noise, at first you thought it was the non-lethal bullets at first, until you could tell it's knocking. Unreal.
Wow. I am just absolutely amazed at what I'm seeing. We saw, again, we were in the middle of an interview. We got Santa Monica police showing up to this store that had been boarded up, but it was being looted. They walked up to the entrance. A bunch of people fled out of the store. I'm sorry, Long Beach, excuse me. This is Long Beach, where a bunch of people just fled right out of the store, right past those officers. They didn't apprehend any of them, but they did basically stop more people from coming in. They stood guard in a ring outside that entrance, but clearly there were people still inside, and those people busted through the boarded up windows and glass, climbed over it, and fled. Some of them throwing the stuff that they had stolen
on the ground and then collecting it
and taking off.
Right. We don't know what this business is. Again, we obviously.
Yeah, if our cameraman can hear us, it's Urban Outfitters.
Oh, wow.
Urban Outfitters. Urban Outfitters got looted in the Fairfax district yesterday. So it's interesting that they seem to be going after the same sorts of stores. Well, this is the second Urban Outfitters
in
24 hours that I know of.
it's the crime of opportunity. They're just so big. Such a big store has so much inside.
Unbelievable. Well, it continues, and at least we're seeing a police presence there, and there's an effort being made to stop the looting, if not to arrest the looters. But at least they've, you know, if somebody was planning to loot and then set a fire, they put a stop to that. And it's just an astounding thing to watch. Oh, it was a Cavalli designer suit warehouse that the people were in here that had been boarded up. We're going to transfer now. I've got David Ono just coming in.
Thank you, Mark. And Colleen, I'm joined by Veronica Miracle as we continue to make this transition. And it's an incredible site that you guys did an amazing job with. And it says so much about what our communities, multiple communities, are having to deal with in this crisis. So all day long, we had been seeing looting going on in Santa Monica, and there we go.
Look at this. Look at that.
These are live images
so
from the ground. And Veronica, this is exactly what we saw happening in Santa Monica, but now it's happening in Long Beach.
Right, and again, it's always this small group of people who are really ruining it for everyone else and all of the other protesters practicing civil disobedience here. I am just stunned, though, at how brazen they were on live TV in front of the cops.
Well, it is interesting, though, because what we didn't see in Santa Monica was a police presence where the looting was happening. They were simply going in, taking what they want, and unmolested, unaccosted by the police. They simply ran by them and got out of the area. We didn't see a single attempt to stop them from looting in Santa Monica because, quite frankly, the police had so many things going on in that community. They had priorities, and looting, stopping looters was not one of the priorities, quite clearly. We watched that happen for quite some time there in multiple places in Santa Monica. Now we see Long Beach, where we just saw that scene where suddenly a stack of Long Beach police officers go into a storefront, and then you see the panic from the looters. We didn't see any arrests, Veronica.
No arrests.
But we did at least see a police presence, and that presence alone at least forced the looters out of that store and left whatever merchandise that was left in it.
I think, yeah, that was so startling to see them busting through the window and climbing over that plywood. Just remarkable sights here. We want to bring you the update on the latest that's happening in our area. So there's a delicate situation in Santa Monica where those protests continue despite a city curfew that went into effect at 4 p.m. As police try to clear the streets and prepare to make arrests, looting continues. At least one fire broke out inside a store as vandals ran out. Now, a Los Angeles County-wide curfew is now in effect at this hour, and it's going to be in place until 6 a.m. tomorrow. So if you're outside right now, you are breaking the law. In downtown LA, the National Guard has taken position at City Hall. A large group of protesters has gathered there, so far very peaceful. Protesters are also gathered in Long Beach in violation of the curfew that we were just showing you. They're blocking traffic, and there is looting now underway, as you just saw.
Right, so it's an incredible scene. Leanne Suter now, she joins us from the ground in